Oh, buddy, Marvel is eternal. Hi, everyone, this is Josh, and today we're going to talk about the new Marvel film, Eternals. As a quick warning, this will be a spoiler review, so if you don't want to hear any and you just want to see my score, then go to this part in the video so you can do just that. There's your warning. 3, 2, 1. This film was written by Kaz and Ryan Firpo and recent Oscar winner Chloe Zhao, who also directs this film. It's based off the 1976 comic of the same name, written by Jack Kirby. This is the 26th Marvel film to date. It is part of Phase 4, and it hasn't been getting a lot of great reviews. Eternals follows a race of immortal beings with superpowers who have secretly lived on Earth for thousands of years. After their evil counterparts called Deviants reappear, the Eternals must reunite and stop them. This film kind of reminded me of Captain Marvel in that I went into it expecting it to be pretty terrible because of the overall negative public opinion surrounding it. Some of the hate that both of these films got is pretty manufactured to some extent. Captain Marvel and Eternals both got review bombed before they even came out because of man-babies on the internet who think any instance of female empowerment or social justice messaging in films is virtue signaling or something. I don't know. Here's a groundbreaking idea. Maybe watch the film first before forming your opinion. Setting the incel bros opinion aside though, a lot of the actual criticisms this film is getting is fairly merited. This is a long, bloated, and kind of lifeless film. I'm not sure why Marvel didn't try to slowly introduce these characters in their own standalone films one by one just like they did with the Avengers. Because of that, you don't have the benefit of knowing the characters in advance, so now the film has to introduce all 10 of them while telling a really confusing story. There's so much rambling, uninteresting exposition on who the Eternals are, where they came from, how long they've been on Earth, and why they didn't do anything when Thanos snapped half the human race out of existence. Their justification for not stopping him and all sorts of other atrocities is that they didn't want to interfere in the development of the human race. The only time they can intervene is when the Deviants are attacking, which are these weird looking CGI creatures created by Irisham, who also created the Eternals. I'm probably saying his name wrong. I'll talk more about him in a little bit. I was willing to accept this kind of silly idea that you shouldn't stop humans from genociding and going to war with each other because of technological breakthroughs that can often happen during conflict, which could further the human race down the road. Possibly. But this logic doesn't add up to me when you put Thanos into the picture because he's not human. What about his presence is vital to human development? What is the meaningful difference between killing Thanos and killing a deviant? They're both alien to the human race. Beyond the whole issue with Thanos though, I think the biggest thing in this story that doesn't make sense is Hirschman's motivations. He's a celestial who are these godlike beings that control life in the universe. In a nutshell, Hirschman's plan is to have humans populate the Earth so that a new celestial planet at the Earth's core can harvest the energy and be born into existence. I'm not sure why these celestials need the energy of humans and not other species on the planet. The Deviants were created by Hirschman to protect humans and kill off other predators. The problem is that as the Deviants evolved over time, they became more aggressive towards humans and started killing them. So the Eternals, these immortal humanoids who don't evolve, were created by Hirschman to destroy these Deviants and do literally nothing else. Kind of makes you wonder why Hirschman didn't just create the Eternals to protect humans in the first place and not the Deviants. Could have really saved yourself a huge headache. The big conflict of this movie is that when the Celestial at the Earth's core is born, it's going to destroy Earth and the rest of the human population with it. Hirschman says this will be a good thing because this Celestial, even though it's killing billions of lives, will create even more living beings in the future. I guess that makes sense. I don't know. Who cares? But as the Eternals live on Earth for thousands of years, they get predictably attached to the human race and start to question Hirschman's plans. It also doesn't help that for some reason he doesn't tell the Eternals what his endgame is, and so when they find out later on in the film, they feel understandably betrayed. Hirschman's plans just don't make any sense to me. I really think the script is just trying to manufacture a conflict and a villain here and just is tripping over itself in the process. The film's lack of emotion and heart also doesn't do itself any favors. The music to me felt kind of corny and generic. It's not bad, but it's definitely not memorable. While the character development is better than I thought it would be, I can't really say anyone stood out besides Gemma Chan, who's probably the most important character. I was pretty disappointed by some good actors in this film, including Richard Madden, Salma Hayek, and Barry Keoghan's performances. They were all kind of flat. I think part of that has to do with the script not being great, But there are times where Richard Madden looks visibly bored, way more bored than anybody else, robotically delivering his lines. I'll give this film some credit for feeling a little different than some other Marvel films. There's a brief but still somewhat passionate lovemaking scene, something totally foreign to Marvel. Lovemaking? What is lovemaking? Please tell me. There's an openly gay character and a deaf character, which is something you normally don't see in a big budget film like this. There are some themes that are a little bit more ambitious than usual, like what it means to be human. There's even some creative action scenes that I thought were fun to watch, especially towards the end. But even though this film was able to break some new ground, it's mostly just surface level. This is, for the most part, a beat-for-beat Marvel film at the end of the day. I'm going to give Eternals a 2 out of 5. Thanks for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. Be sure to leave your thoughts on Eternals in the comment section below. Feel free to leave a recommendation on a film, TV show, or subject that I should discuss next while you're down there. And of course, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications, like the video, leave a nice comment, do all the things you can to make the YouTube algorithm love me. Thanks again, everyone. I really appreciate your time. I will see you in the next video. I will be doing a review of Spider-Man No Way Home pretty soon, so keep an eye out for that. Until then, stay warm, take it easy, and yeah, I love you, but not really. Bye.